Welcome to Switch Comics. My name is Marco. Today I got an awesome little comic haul for you. Starting off with this really cool Thor Annual 11. Check that thing out. I love this cover. Super sweet. And this is the first appearance of Eitri the Dwarf. Which was, oh god, what's that guy's name? I can't remember the actor's name. I really enjoyed him in Ragnarok though. God, it's escaping my mind right now. But anyway, I don't know. There's some speculation he might pop up in the next one. But regardless, I think it's a cool key. It's a great cover. I think it's just absolutely gorgeous. So just a cool book. And I'm a big Thor fan, so just a cool book to have in the collection. Anyway, and then we have Web of Spider-Man 100. The first appearance of the Iron Spider suit. Which, you know me. I'm a sucker for foils. And this is a fun one. I really like it. It's pretty cool. And yeah, it's just one that I've wanted to get for a while. And just keep forgetting to pick it up because it's not an expensive book. Same like there's another one. I went for Spider Hulk. I think it's Web 70. We've had it at the shop a few times. And it's one of those things, it's like every time it comes up, I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy that. And then I forget about it. And then someone else buys it. I'm like, okay. So I'm going to get that eventually. And then we have Classic X-Men number 3. This beautiful Art Adams Storm cover. I love Art Adams' work. And this is a very cool cover. I don't think I'm going to get into doing these. What are they? The 25th anniversary or whatever. I can't remember what year it is. But these special borders. There's some cool ones. Like there was an Iron Man one I almost bought. And I was just like, I think I'm going to hold off. And like this one I can't pass up on. It's just a really nice cover. And then I got a really cool book to show you. This was pretty wild. I don't think you're ready for this one. All right, so we have Samurai Penguin. Check that thing out. It's so cool. I love these weird little quirky comics. I have one. I can't remember what it's called. It's like something. There's dinosaurs and they have guns. I can't remember. It's like Dinos for Hire or Detective Dino. I don't know what it's called. I can't remember, but it's goofy. And I love super weird, goofy stuff like this. I have that Samurai Santa, which that does bonuses being, was it Jim Lee's first published artwork? I think so. This one, it doesn't have any key value to it, but it's Samurai Penguin, and it's super cool and fun, and I love it. And that's it for the Raw books. The next book I have is also pretty cool. I think you all will enjoy this one. We have Journey into Mystery 83. So, for those of you that have been following the channel, y'all knew this one was coming up. I tried to tease y'all a little bit. I gave you the Thor tease at the beginning. I tried to hype you up like this next book's really cool, and I showed you, which I really do love this book. It's super fun. But yeah, I was like, how can I build up some anticipation and just, jerk you around a little bit. So here it is, my Journey into Mystery 83, biggest book I own. I don't know if this will show. We'll try to get it on camera. Will it focus? Come on, get into focus. It is a 1.8. It's got the cool label there. I don't think you'll be able to read that. It still looks blurry to me. But this is white pages, which is, first of all, I do want to say that I don't typically care. A lot of people will be like, they'll say, what grade is it? Is it white pages or off weight? And for me, I don't typically care. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, I'm never going to open it, obviously, and it's on the wall. The grade will present, and I really care about the cover, which this one, has a little bit of issues. Obviously, it's a 1.8, with that corner and that corner being the worst of it. And then, right there as well. That being said, I will try to, I think I have some pictures I'll throw up right here of what it looked like before it got pressed and everything. Which, again, my guy Rick did some beautiful work on this. And very cool. I'm just looking at the back on this thing. But yeah, anyway, super cool book. I'm sorry, got distracted. Because this is actually pretty clean looking back, honestly. Like, it's not too bad. I wish the front cover looked as good as this. Um, but yeah, that's really clean looking back. But anyway, I don't typically care white pages off white whatever, that it doesn't matter to me. But to have a 1.8 with white pages, it's just super cool because I didn't even know that was a thing. There's certain weird little things like that are really interesting to me, like this Spotlight 28. I think it's really fun because it has a cool story to me. So like maybe one day we could get a higher grade copy, but I still really like that copy in particular because it had a big grease pen mark on it. And I remember when I was talking to Rick when it came back, he was upset because granted, he's a cleaner and a presser. He likes to try to get the best possible. He's reasonable, but he likes to try to get it as good as he can. How far can he bump it up? And I think he said he was really hoping to get an 8 out of that, and so it came back a 7, and he was pretty disappointed. Now, granted, sure, I would have loved it to be an 8, sure, but I was just so ecstatic because last time I saw it, had this huge grease pen mark on it. It was like But at that time, when we bought that comic, it was far before we started spending lots of money on books, and it was just super cool to see it completely gone. Like you can't tell it's there. It was ever there, And so I don't know. It's just fun little stories, and like so this one, I don't know if it ever happened, but let's just say one day I end up getting a higher grade. I think it's like, how could I get rid of a 1.8 that has white pages? That's so cool, Like, it's just such a neat little thing. Like, I could upgrade and get a 4, and it probably won't have white pages, you know what I mean? But regardless, I'm kind of rambling, and part of it's just because I'm excited now, here talking about comics and my love for it. So I also gave a little bit of a hint because Wednesday's video, there was a bunch of holes here in the comic wall, and nobody said it on the video, but then during the live stream, there were some people like, what's going on back there? And so I've been, hinting and building up some anticipation. So a few thank yous I have to give out. The number one thank you to my boss, Shay, for giving me some time to pay this thing off. Obviously, I didn't have the money just sitting around to buy a Journey into Mystery 83. It's not a book I ever thought about owning. I mean, like, I'd like to own it, obviously, but it's like, that's not going to happen, But I don't know. It was just this weird opportunity came up, and I thought about it, and I kind of crunched some numbers, and I was like, if I sell a lot of books, I can make it happen. I could have got really desperate. I didn't have to, thankfully. I had to get, fairly desperate, but like, I still have my Spotlight 5. We still have the Werewolf by Night 32. Still have my Star Wars 1. That one was one I thought about selling, and I was like, I love that book. I really, really love that book. It would break my heart. Same with my NYX3. It's like, I could sell it, but man, I really don't want to, I still have my all new Ghost Rider. And so, I got rid of a lot of books, but I have this now, and this, like, this is, there's not much bigger than this, Like I said, it's, this is pretty much, the end game right here. For me personally, I made a video earlier in the year of like all-time Grail books, like big Grail books that I would love to get. And it wasn't a video where I thought, I'd be getting any of the books, but it was just kind of me talking about stuff that I would love to eventually one day have. And little did I know I'd be getting a Journey Mr. 83. This was number 2 on my list, only under Tales of Suspense 39, first appearance of Iron Man. Yeah, so I'm a huge Thor fan. Again, for if you didn't know, I've always liked Thor. I don't know, Thor's a cool character, but for me, I'm fairly recent, like 2 years about into comics, into actually, reading comics. I've always been a nerd, but never actually like read comics, and I started working at a comic shop, and the series that really made me go, I need to I need to be reading this. You know, I need to be reading this stuff. Was Donny Cates' current run of Thor. You know, I read that number one, and it was like a fourth print or whatever. You know, um, and I read that issue, and still, you know, I love that series, but that issue number one in particular, I think is so good. It's so incredibly amazing. Like, what a way to start a comic series, you know. And I've been hooked onto Thor, and I've been hooked onto comics ever since. So Thor really holds a special place in my heart, as he started all this. You know, he started all this for me. And you know, despite being a nerd, and if for like example, before, because I've always been a big Star Wars fan. That's why like I love that Star Wars number one. So I back when I was like just an action figure collector and you know, pop collector and whatever, I was like, I don't really want to get too much into comics, but it'd be cool to get, you know, like a Star Wars number one or a 68 or a 42, because I'm a big Boba Fett fan. So I was like, I might get books like that. It's just like a, you know, a little taste in the comics. But Thor is what really made me love and become what I am today. I mean, he's transformed me into 99% a comic collector. Like, I really don't do. I mean, I still have like 900 action figures, but I don't get as many as I used to, and I'm not actively hunting them down. My money goes into comics now. And anyway, so yeah, thank you for. I'm all over the place. No script. I just turned on the camera, you know, like, well, whatever's happening is happening. So big thanks to my boss Shay, and then also one more big thanks I'd like to give is to my good friend Michael over at Wahoo Comics, which I've shouted out his channel plenty of times. He's been on the channel a few times. If you haven't watched our speculation showdown, our spec showdown, I put 5 hours into editing that video onto the channel. I think it's super cool. I think it's an interesting new way to talk about spec and kind of bring up the good and the bad parts of certain books, and kind of weighing that option of, you know, I got this much money, should I get this or this? You know, I think it's a kind of a new. I haven't seen other people really talk about it in that regard before. Anyway, thanks to Michael, because I did end up selling him my Amazing Spider-Man 50, and I still was a little whiles away from you know, having enough to get this, and we were kind of talking back and forth and throwing around some ideas, because he told me he really wanted the ASM 50. I think, I want to say he's trying to complete you know, the ASM run. I think that's what he said. I'm not 100% on that. I might be making that up. Might be thinking about somebody else, but I'm pretty sure that's what he's trying to do, which obviously is a very difficult task. And so he needed ASM 50, which is a book that's been going up and up in value. And like, because all Spider-Man, everything's been going up in value. It's been crazy. But anyway, and so he tossed around the idea of getting that book, and then basically the other holes are books that I've pawned off to him, and we'll have more time, because I was a bit on a time crunch with this one, and so he'll given me a bit more time to pay off on those. So I sent a bunch of books to him, and then now, yeah, I just have to. Well, not this. This has nothing. Well, I mean, it has something to do with it, but yeah. So I'm not getting the ASM 50 back, which is a bit of a bummer. I loved that book. I thought it was really cool. Speculation-wise, I still think it has plenty of room to grow. But basically, our deal was, and I won't get into too much specifics, but I gave him a good deal on the ASM 50, and then, you know, he helped me out by throwing some money my way so that I could pay this off. And then, in due time, I will be getting those other books back. The big benefit for that, for me, I mean, obviously, you know, he helped me out, but for example, like, I was going to have to sell my X-Men 12, which is here missing, you know, and it wouldn't have been the end of the world. Honestly, if I had to pick one that I could get back, the X-Men 12 or the ASM 50, it'd be the ASM 50. But that being said, I still really like the X-Men 12. I'd like to get more old school X-Men keys, but they're expensive, you know. Like, It's I like X-Men books. It's just you know, there's a lot of money that goes into that. I have a million different directions of stuff I'd like to get into, um, especially up. I don't know. Like I need a Clone Wars one. I really want now that I have this. I have a new dream of on one side I want to put a Journey 112, which is first Thor versus Hulk, and the other side I want a Silver Surfer 4, which is that iconic cover of Thor and Surfer fighting. Um, I think that'll look really, really nice together. Um, but I also want a bunch of other Surfer books. I want, you know, Fantastic Four, 48 through 50. I want Surfer 1, 3, and 4. You know, I got so much things that I want, and I'm not made out of money. I am trying to make an active habit of thinning out some of the stuff that maybe I don't care so much about. But anyway, thanks to Michael. That's all. That's all I'm getting at. He's been a really good friend. I'm glad to have met him. I don't remember how I came across his channel now. I think I just saw him on YouTube one day, and I was like, I'll check it out. So, you know, for that, what that's worth, or maybe he checked me out first. I don't remember, but when I do, anytime a channel, you know, subscribes to me or comments or whatever, and especially, you know, a name like Wahoo Comics, I'm like, he probably does video about comics, you know. So I'll go check out his channel, and I do that, you know, to other people, and he's one that I've really enjoyed. And then, you know, we started talking, you know, through Instagram and then Facebook and whatever, and yeah, he's been a really cool guy, and really glad to have met him because he helped me out. But I guess, you know, I've also helped him out getting a book that he really wanted as well. And then I think I came out on top though. But anyway, so let's wrap up with just looking at this bad boy again, and it's gonna go right here. Well, where is it? Right there. It's gonna go right there next to my Jane Foster Thor. There's a couple more Thor books up above. There's a First Gore and the 1 in 25 for First Black Winter up there. Again, I don't know. I wish I could show off all the comics, and I guess theoretically I could, but like, you know, crop up the camera to like where you'd be seeing my eyeballs, you know, and that'd be it. So I don't know. Maybe eventually one day I'd like to show off even more books. Maybe I just have to rotate them out or something. Because that's, you know, part of the fun is just showing you cool books, you know. But I guess also one more thing to kind of talk about is when I started this journey to get this journey into mystery, there was such an internal struggle in my brain of me thinking, am I insane? Am I crazy for trying to do this, you know? You know, it's a lot of money. I thought it was a crazy amount of money I was spending. Let's see, the most I ever spent before that was on my X-Men 12, which was about $1,300. And I was like, that's... Now, granted, that one wasn't too bad because I sold a bunch of pops and I got it, so I got the money, and it was kind of like just doing a trade, I guess. But when I bought my Spider-Man 50, which at that time I paid 11 for it, I was like, man, that's a lot of money. I was like, and even then I was like, am I crazy for doing this, you know? And then, you know, when this opportunity came up, I just kept fighting back in myself. I'm like, I think this might be the dumbest thing I've ever done, you know? Am I insane? Am I losing? Am I delusional in thinking that this can happen, should happen, whatever, you know? And so I guess to anybody that maybe is worried about that, you know, shoot for your dreams, I guess, you know, shoot for the stars. Don't be... I don't think I was reckless about it because, like I said, I did the math. I knew, you know, I wasn't out there taking a bank loan or, you know, going into debt because of it, but I was like, I knew what the value of a bunch of the comics I already had was, and it was a difficult decision to be like, can I let these go? Will I be okay letting these go? And there's definitely been some that I've sold that I was like, books I'd like to get, but again, I can get those books back again someday. Not this thing. This was my one shot, one opportunity, you know. And I don't know. Don't be afraid to maybe do something that you think is insane. Like I said, be reasonable about it. I'm not trying to make anybody make a poor decision. Um, what was really nice though was when I made the first video talking about it, and I brought up this stuff before as well. You know, like, am I doing something completely dumb? And there was a lot of really good feedback from the community that wished me good luck and kind of reassured me. And as I talked to my friends and stuff about it, um, they helped me not feel crazy about it. They helped me be like, okay, this is doable. This is okay. It's not stupid. I don't know. I don't know. I guess if you ever feel worried about, which I have people message me all the time, asking me all kinds of comic questions. I try to help out when I can. I don't know everything. Um, Somebody sent me a message the other day. I remember. I think it was. I can't remember what book it was. It was a DC book, and they're like, I think they're bidding on it, and it's like, is this a good price? And I'm like, I don't know. I really don't. I'm sorry. Like I have no information about that book. I'm not a big DC guy, obviously. Um, and I know the prices of some DC books. I work at a comic shop. There's things I see, but not everything. And honestly, like we don't get a lot of, there's not as much big DC stuff except for the really old stuff, and stuff's harder to come by. But anyway, I'm always happy to help anybody out. I'm obviously happy whenever anybody helps me out. And it's really cool, this comic community we have going on here. And I don't know, I feel like I've rambled for way too long. Um, if anybody, if anybody bought any comics from me recently that helped me to get to this point, I really appreciate it. Um, but that's it. That's all I have for you today. I'm super excited. I was hoping. I got a little confused. Well, I guess one more thing. I'm sorry. I'm just going on and on. But I thought I was going to get a CBCS shipment this weekend, but it looks like it's going to be another week or two. So I was like, that's part of another reason why I left all the holes. I was like, I'll just rearrange everything because there's going to be some books in that I want to put up on the wall. So I'll probably just throw up some. I mean, obviously, this, like I said, this is going to go there, and I'll find some other stuff to put up there. It might have to rearrange or something, but yeah, I'll have something up by next video. But thank you all so much for watching, for hanging around. If you've listened to me ramble for this long, thank you for putting up with my insanity. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one, and I will see you all next time.